Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Soul Sister here, aka Nicole Levy. I am delighted to show up with you guys. It was funny, I was getting ready this morning and I got this strong download from Creator, like, wear your Pink Floyd shirt. And I was like, what? I was like, okay, I don't question Creator. I just do, what's asked of me. So super funny, but I'm rocking the Pink Floyd, the tie-dye, feeling very kind of like chill, like want to listen to Led Zeppelin vibes. So awesome. All right, guys, that's my weird self, my weird parts of self, but I feel that I can always show up authentically with you guys, and I want you to feel the same way. So feel free to show up as you, because you're perfectly made in this video. All right, so we are on, I believe, our third empowered hour. This is on rebirth and transformation, which I'm super, super excited about. It's just, I feel like it's very timely, right? Usually there's a couple little times that I've had inklings of things that we should talk about in Empowered Hour, but this Creator was like, rebirth and transformation. I'm like, gotcha, thanks. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. So we're going through as a collective a time of really intense transformation, right? And I know everybody knows this. Usually if you're watching my channel, it means that you're conscious, or you want to look into like the deeper meaning of life, right? You're tired of the patterns in your life, or you're on this like evolution journey. So I love that for you, first off, and I'm here to support you in whatever way I can. But it can also be a little bit like it's a human experience, right? It's life. So we want to do things that really support us in this journey, right? I always tell people, and this is no judgment in any way, guys. This is really relative to me as well, but I used to say, like, people don't want to change unless there's pain, right? And with Theta, we really realized that you don't have to have pain and suffering to make these quantum leaps in life, right? So I'm excited that you guys are here. I am excited about this topic, rebirth and transformation, and Creator's telling me to, like, it's funny, like, talk less, do Theta more. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're gonna jump right in, and I was instructed not to do any tarot cards today. We're just gonna kind of see what Creator has for us and roll with it. So if you've never joined me before, there's a couple downloads that we need to give to you guys so you can receive Theta healing. They are, I want an instant healing, I deserve an instant healing, and an instant healing is possible. If you don't have those three basic beliefs, then you can't receive any of the goodness that we are going to kind of channel through this session. So all you have to do, guys, if you haven't joined me before, is say yes out loud, so that your subconscious brain knows that you want to receive the healings, and then I have your permission as your practitioner to shift. So let's do those three basic beliefs. They are, again, I want an instant healing, I deserve an instant healing, and an instant healing is possible. If you would like those, just say yes out loud, and then in the comments below. Thanks, y'all. Beautiful. And I know that I see some familiar faces that have joined me, my really, really amazing girlfriends and soul sisters that are showing up, and I'm so glad you're here. Creator's telling me that if you keep saying yes, it's kind of like a tune-up, right? Like you're just reaffirming to the universe, to God, to your higher power, like, I'm ready. I'm ready to make these quantum leaps. I'm ready for this rebirth and transformation and evolution and ascension in my journey. So that's pretty cool. I've never received that before, but thank you guys for saying yes, and for, it's kind of like repledging that you're committed in this journey, and it's really awesome. So Creator's kind of giving you a little wink and a nod. So let's get started. So Creator, okay, so first off, Creator's saying we've all had really, we've had some like hardships, right? Around maybe death or rebirth or change. Whether that's in a past life, whether that's earlier in this lifetime, maybe before we found healing. So what we want to do is we want to remove any trauma, karma, drama, chaos, attachments, identities, or any other subconscious or conscious blocks around rebirth and transformation, around growth, around evolution, around evolving or ascension that we've come across in a past life or in this lifetime. We want to forgive ourselves, like Creator's saying, huge forgiveness on, doing growth and evolution before, maybe when we didn't have theta available, or we weren't in a place in our journey where we could receive the ease of evolution, the ease and flow of rebirth and transformation. So if you would like those, just say yes out loud and then in the comments below. Thank you, guys. Creator wants to download us with blue, it's like this blue light energy, and it's going to go through our central nervous system, into our vagus nerve, into our, it includes all of like the parasympathetic and sympathetic responses, and it's going to just, it's going to be channeled into the spine, but it's going to just expand out. It's this blue light energy. And a lot of times when I see blue light, it's associated with speaking your truth, right? The throat chakra. So Creator's going to put that, I love the heart. Thank you, love, the blue heart. Creator's going to put that into our central nervous system, and it's just going to expand out. So we are always aligned with our truth, right? We're always aligned with just this synchronistic, aligned, conscious part of ourself, to where we can speak our truth and align with our truth and live our truth, right? The truth of who you are, the truth of you as Creator's saying who you've always been, right? Without the conditioning or beliefs or anything that is unserving of us. So if you'd like that, just say yes out loud. I know I want that, Creator. Thank you. Creator's just saying, I'm wearing a blue, my blue shirt today, so that's perfect for this blue spirit energy that Creator just downloaded into all of us, so thank you. All right, what else? We want to change any obligation to do like change and hardship together, or change and like a resistance, or change and stubbornness. We want to change what obligates us to subconsciously or consciously be resistant to change, to like dig our heels in, or I'm hearing like clinging on to old ways of being, or old people, or just anything that's unserving of our highest and best good, right? There's a card in the tarot deck called the Four Pentacles, and it's this king, and he's sitting on a throne, or she, and clinging on to like what no longer serves. And that's kind of the feeling I'm getting, like very contracted energy. So we also want to change what obligates us to cling on to what no longer serves, to like hold on to our pentacles, whether that's people, places, things, or experiences that are no longer serving us, right? Because God's telling me, for you guys, if you cling on to what no longer serves, I can't give you anything new. I can't give you abundance. I can't give you, yes, you can have abundance, but Creator needs like this new space, so Creator can bring you new experiences and new people and places and things that are serving of your highest and best good. Let's get Creator's download and definition and how it serves you, to be open, to be receptive to those things that serve you. And let's get discernment on what serves me and what doesn't, right? What's unserving of my experience, and then what's serving of my experience. And Creator wants to give you discernment of those, the definition and alignment of Creator's definitions of those, unserving and serving, and then how it serves you to do it moving forward in a different way. So that's really beautiful. Yeah, so if you'd like those, just say yes out loud and in the comments below. Beautiful. Creator, I can see a lot when I channel, right? Like Creator shows me a lot visualizing kind of, or showing me little things for you guys. And I saw a lot of like, it looked like a chess game. Like Creator was like, and we could put this here, and then we're going to rearrange this here. So super shifting, like evolving dynamics, and like that feeling really going on. So that's so beautiful. I love that for you guys and for myself. Thanks, Creator. What else? We're going to do an upgrade to the pineal gland, or the third eye, so that it is open and flourishing and expansive, and it's assisting you in your journey of rebirth, transformation, evolution, and ascension. Creator wants to do a ultraviolet flame energy to burn away any pieces of any unserving emotions, calcified energy, stuck trauma that may be impeding the flow of your third eye, right? It's, and let's change what prevents you from having an open third eye, from receiving channeled guidance from Creator, and from empowering yourself to do that, right? All of us have, in some way or another, a channel with God, right? Whether that's clairsentience, clairvoyance, whether we do light language, whether we do mudras, like we all have a way that we can tap into Creator, that we can tap into our source energy. It just comes through us in different ways. So let's change what prevents us from being in alignment with our gifts, from being in alignment with our knowing, from always being in alignment with our higher self, our authentic self. And I want to get Creator's definitions of those, like being in alignment with self, being in alignment with source, even like the third eye kind of energy. Creator wants to download us with that, so we know what it looks like, what it feels like, that it's safe and possible, and how it serves us to move forward in our knowing, in our intuitiveness. That's beautiful. So, and then lastly, Creator wants to do the forgiveness protocol, or run a forgiveness protocol on ourselves, on Creator, and on any other sentient beings in a past life or this life who maybe we had a misunderstanding with on intuitive knowing, who questioned our intuitive knowing, who, just kind of who we had a misperception of our knowing with that person, with an experience, or in a specific place or thing. So if you would like those, just say yes out loud, and then yes in the comments below, y'all. Thank you, loves. Beautiful. So what Creator showed me next, guys, and thank you so much for putting your comments below. I love to see you guys like pop up in the comments. It makes me so happy, and I feel so supported in it, so thank you. What I saw next was a lion, and Creator told me like we're gonna do downloads about courage next. So we want to download the spirit animal and the spirit essence of the lion, right? When we think of lions, we think of like regalness and like courage is what I think of, right? Like the Wizard of Oz, like getting that standing in our truth at all times, consistently. I want to change what obligates us to believe, think, or feel that we can become unaligned with our truth. I want to change what prevents us from showing up in that lion spirit, in that essence, in that truth, in that courage. Let's get Creator's definition of like lion spirit, like what Creator wants us to know and be aligned with when we get that lion spirit essence. I want to get Creator's alignment with bravery, with truth, with courage and empowerment and sovereignty. Like these are such fitting words for right now, guys, when we're transitioning from this very this space of like past like blaming of others, or maybe like lacking self-accountability, and we're moving into this like, hey, I have the power, I'm empowered, I know my truth, I know my worth, and I am here, and I will not apologize for that, which is so beautiful. Like I can feel it in my bones, y'all, in my heart. It's this expansive energy. It's not this ego energy, right? I'm a Leo rising, I hear ya. But it is this expansiveness, this shining, this blossoming, and this ready to like really show up in who we are, ready to show up in our businesses and our relationships, in our knowing. I love that. So let's get creators' download and definitions, and that we're aligned with all of that, like how we show up in those areas. I want to also change what obligates us to, what is that, creator? What obligates us to dim our shine? No longer. 2021, we are coming out there. We are like, I'm here. I'm here. Yes. Like, guys, I love to sing when I get excited. So that is our truth. Like, we are like, no longer are we apologizing. I'm showing up in my weirdness. I got my Pink Floyd shirt on. I'm here. I'm ready. And we're amazing. All of us, because we're children of God. So that is how we're showing up, y'all. Ooh. Whew, I'm excited. I got all the feels right now and all this heart energy and amazing transformational energy. So we want to change what prevents us from shining, from showing up in our truth. We want to change what obligates us to play small, what obligates us to be in our contraction energy, right? Like this, again, that Four of Pentacles, that clinging, like, I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. We want to change what prevents us from knowing, not thinking, knowing and feeling that we are ready. We are ready for our truth. We're ready for our shine. I'm ready to show up in this beautiful version of myself that is a healer, that is a light worker, that inspires simply by being me, that moves forward in this deep knowing, right? Creator's on my side, I'm supported, and I am ready, creator. That's what we're going to say to creator in the universe. So also creator wants to change, change what obligates us to be burdened by, consciously or subconsciously. It may not be something that you resonate with at a conscious level, but it might be this little ego subconscious belief, right? But we want to change what obligates us to question ourselves, to question our authenticity, our courage, our bravery, or question any way that we are called or know, right? Our intuitive knowing, our third eye, to show up in the world. Really beautiful. Yeah. So if you would like those, just say yes out loud and in the comments below, y'all. Thank you. We want to reground us. I'm glad that it resonated, love. We want to reground us into Mother Earth, into the tree of life, into our knowing, into Mama Gaia, into like this place of divinity, guys, this place of like knowing that you're held, you're supported, you are like you are deeply guided to do the work that you know is your purpose, that you know is part of your soul purpose, right? And creator's saying that can change over time. Right now, oh, the layers are lifting. I love that. Absolutely. You have this knowing of what you're called to do in this life, whether that's a more naturopathic route, whether that's healing, and that's going to evolve, right? You said that perfectly. The layers are lifting. That's going to be in layers too, that it opens up. It's going to be like, hey, one day I might be called to, sell products that help people with their health. The next day I might be called to do energy medicine. The next day I might be called to help people with their finances, right? It's evolving. So let's change what prevents our transformation, our evolution, our purpose, our authenticity, our layers of self, to reflect whatever is in our highest and best good at that time, right? And no one else, guys. You might have people that pass on little tidbits of information for you, but you're the empowered one. You always know what is best for you at any time. And let's change. Creator's like, this is a big one for all of us. Let's change what prevents us from always being in that knowing, that deep knowing. And we want to connect our crown chakra, our third eye chakra, our throat chakra, our heart chakra, and our solar plexus from we want to connect all of those with really strong, powerful, like, it's like a gold dust energy, which is kind of reinforcing that consistent link for all of those. And we want to change what prevents us from always being in our knowing from that place, right? I know whatever decisions come through, whatever channels come through, whether that's in a download from source, whether it's a synchronicity that shows up in my life, or whether that's just from, deep prayer or meditation, that I know that I'm always in that space of knowing. I'm always in that space of alignment with Creator. And the little tug that's on my shoulder, that little gut feeling like, hey, I should put an offer on this house. Hey, I should reach out to Nicole for a session. Hey, I should, go to this new coffee shop. Y'all, there's always a reason why Creator gives you those little tugs, right? And sometimes you may not understand in the moment, like, man, I'm not supposed to go to this session. I need to cancel it and reschedule. Why is that? But then following that little nudge, right? That's like, oh man, I really don't want to go to this thing. Or, oh, I really need to go to Colorado. Like when I went to Colorado last year, it was like on my heart, y'all, all the time for a while. Like, go to Colorado. And it ended up being such a life-changing experience, right? So follow those nudges, follow those little insights or those little gut nigglies, like that are like, wow, do it, just do it. Let's see. I want to run the forgiveness protocol on Creator, yourself, and any other sentient beings who maybe you've had an experience around or with that caused you to like discount your knowing, or maybe you didn't listen to your knowing and it put you in a bad situation or a learning experience, right? Because there is no good or bad, right or wrong. So let's run the forgiveness protocol for you around those experiences in a past life or this life. Let's, I'm just getting a really strong feeling of like self-doubt. So let's change what obligates you to doubt yourself. Let's change what obligates you to doubt your knowing. Let's change what obligates you to distrust yourself because of things you've come into in this lifetime or maybe a past lifetime. Sometimes we don't know why we do. It's just how it shows up, right, in this experience. So let's just change any of those obligations to show up in that way. Because Creator's like, you always have the answers. Tap in with me, Creator, or your higher power, and I will give you everything you need. You just have to take a little time to do it, right? Let's change what prevents you from taking the time to tune in, ground in, channel, journal. Do whatever you need to do to really receive that guidance that's going to tell you what's in your highest and best good. Let's get Creator's downloads and definitions of how like slowing down and like really tuning in serves you and your highest and best good. And let's change what prevents you from slowing down and tuning in. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating, right? I will tell you guys, and I look at my astrological chart a lot for like insight into self. So I am a Libra sun, a Leo rising, and an Aries moon. So if you know anything about astrology, it's lots of air and fire. So I'm just like, go, 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 right? And I was raised in a household that's also that way. So I had a lot of childhood programming around that. But it was really hard for me until I got into Theta to slow down, to do my Kundalini meditations in the morning, to take the time to channel. But now that I've shifted a lot of beliefs around that and the old identities, I find it much easier to sit down, to calm down, to be centered, right? So that helps a lot. I'm just sharing my own personal journey with you guys. So I hope that it resonates in some way. If it doesn't, that's okay too. So let's change. What is that, Creator? Okay, I want to change what Creator's saying, that we've all shifted exponentially in 2020 and 2021. Many of us started like in 2012 and maybe 2007, I'm hearing. So we've been on this journey for a while, right? And it's just getting more and more juicy, and we have more and more modalities to help us with this evolution. So Creator's saying, let's change what obligates us to hold on to any identities, attachments, projections, stories, old paradigms of self, old programming, or anything else around like an outdated perception of self, right? For instance, like, you know, just what I was describing to you guys, like, oh, I have a lot of fire and air in my chart. Creator's like, yeah, but that's not who you are now. Yes, it's something that you can tell people to relate with people when you're connecting with them, but it's not who you are. We're really shifting from this like knowing and this like this belief-centric style of like relating to people. Like, this is what I do. I'm 35. I'm a, you know, Libra, Leo, Aries. Like, Creator's like, no, like that kind of thinking or that kind of identity, it creates separation from others because you're like, this is who I am and this is who you are. No. Long gone are the days that we did that. So it's just going to be a more fluid experience, right? So Creator wants to remove any of that residue of like identities or attachments or anything like that no longer serve us. Let's change what obligates us to show up in that way, to show up like with a defined identity or this is really beautiful, defined identity or an attachment to your stories or who you are. And let's change what prevents us from showing up in a way that just like is endless, like is this expansive energy, is open to new opportunities. And it's like very out of the box energy. Like, we're going to blow that box up because we're just a human being having this experience, right? That's really beautiful, Creator. We also want to change an obligation to box ourselves in any way, to, like, I'm hearing to like cut our experience short. I want to change what obligates us to consciously or subconsciously like limit our experiences. I also want to change what prevents us from showing up in a new way in the world that's comfortable, that's easy, that's fluid, that's effortless, that's loving and compassionate. I want to change any obligation. Excuse me, my nose is itching. I want to change any obligation to hold on to outdated paradigms that are unserving, right? Yeah, that could be a health paradigm, anything that limits our experience. And then I want to run the forgiveness protocol on ourselves, on Creator, and on anybody who's perpetuated those experiences, right? Yeah. And then I just want to send each of us in this journey, and Creator wants to give it to us now, deep unconditional love, like to every single cell of our body, to all of the things that we're releasing, and also this gratitude and compassion energy. Creator's going to send that to every single cell of us, into our aura, into our physical space, into our mental, spiritual, emotional, and ethereal spaces, all of our 10 bodies, body, mind, and soul. Like, Creator's like the whole gamut, just super concentrated doses of unconditional love, healing, catharsis, release, rebirth, transformation, compassion, gratitude, like all these luscious and opulent positive virtues. So if you would like that, just say yes in the comments below, and then yes out loud. Thank you, beautiful beings. Can I just tell you guys, I love when you comment on things like about how you're feeling or like what's coming up for you. It really also, in addition to what Creator gives me, it gives me some intuitiveness into like what needs to be channeled, right? So I love that. Keep sharing whatever comes up for you. I would love to hear from you, and I'm always open to receiving any additional insight into, you know, what's best for you, what's coming up for you, any intuitive guidance you have, right? Again, I'm just the delivery woman. Like, Creator's given us all this juicy goodness. I'm just the Uber delivery girl or the Amazon delivery girl bringing it to y'all for healing and love. So feel free to share with me with what's coming up for you, how you're feeling, or what needs to be shared, or what's on your heart. So we're also going to change what prevents you from, again, slowing down, resting, recovering, letting this rebirth and transformation happen, guys. So I just read this really awesome post actually before I got on here, probably like an hour before I got on here, about the ascension upgrades that are happening. Y'all, mass light is coming into the world, mass downloads, and they're great, right? But we also have to slow down and rest and be open to those. Like, we are experiencing as a collective mass downloads, mass upgrades to our light bodies to be able to love and be compassionate and love deeper, right? So we have to take this time to rest. We have to take this time. Like, long gone are the days, and it's going to take a little bit for the collective to catch up, but long gone are the days of like hustle and like hustling out of unworthiness and like just, you know, waking up at 5 a.m. and wearing yourself out and working too much. And we're shifting into this new earth space, and it's going to take a little bit for, you know, the collective to catch up. But those of us who are aware that life can be done differently with theta and other modalities, we're being shown and given a gift of like more of a fluid abundance, right? I can be a millionaire and be in this space of fluid and flow and just amazingness. Oh, yay. I love that. So one of my very dearest friends said, thank you for sharing your gift with us. My favorite Amazon shopping experience by far. I love that. That lights me up and that makes my heart so happy and it makes me giggle. So thank you for that. I love you. So we want to change what prevents us from showing up in this new fluid way, in this rest, in this relaxation, in this love, in this new way of being, this new earth way of being. All right, so Creator wants to take us off of an old matrix. It's a collective matrix, right? And it's like very scarcity mentality. It's very lacking and dense energy and hustle and doing things in a way where it exhausts us, and that's no longer the way. So Creator's going to lovingly and easily move us over from kind of that collective matrix, that old collective matrix, into this really new, like fluid, flowing, abundant wealth consciousness. Like it's this luxury, opulence, and specifically Creator's saying it's a matrix that you have deservingness on simply for being. That everybody's a sovereign and divine and beautiful being, and that's just how you exist on it. You don't have to do anything to be here. You don't have to, it's not a transactional experience. It's just showing up in your knowing, in your divine beingness, and like receiving. So Creator's also saying that we need to do a couple things around receiving, but let's do this work first. Since it is kind of big, I want to kind of do it by itself. So any of the stuff that you'd like that we just said, or all of it, I want it all, Creator, or I'd like to shift those for you if you'll just say yes out loud and in the comments below, y'all. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. So Creator wants to change what prevents you from receiving. Creator wants to change the belief I am unworthy or undeserving of receiving. Creator wants to change an obligation. Sorry, cancel clear that last one. Creator wants to shift an identity that we have of like always being a giver, always being, because Creator's saying you can be both, right? Creator wants to download us with this mutual reciprocity, and that we're aligned with that, that we're aligned in our truth in that, right? So we can give, but we can also receive. We can receive with grace. We can receive with love and really deep gratitude. We want to change any obligation to give of ourselves out of a place of unworthiness, undeservingness, lack, scarcity, or any like old identity, old paradigms, or like childhood programming that we were taught or given, knowingly or unknowingly. Because Creator's saying a lot of us were raised in households that were very self-sacrificing. And again, we're going to run the forgiveness protocol on ourselves, Creator, our parents, our caregivers, or anybody that we had this misunderstanding with in a past life or this life. Creator's like, nobody knew any better, right? And so we just did the best that we could. And let's change what prevents us from having compassion and love and grace with those around us, because they're just doing the best they can, right? Creator's saying opposite to that, we're also going to change what prevents us from having boundaries with everyone around us and ourselves. Boundaries for, mutual reciprocity and stating our needs to others, what we need, showing up in our truth, right? So that's kind of beautiful. Creator gave us kind of both ends of the spectrum on that. So I love that. Yeah, so if you'd like those, just say yes out loud and yes in the comments. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. So lastly, Creator is going to, not lastly, we're getting there, but Creator's going to infuse us with this beautiful sun essence, this beautiful essence of sunflowers. It's so beautiful because sunflowers is kind of associated with Leo energy, and then we did the lion essence earlier. So it's cool that like all of this kind of brave, courageous, optimistic, really beautiful sun and like joyful energy is coming up. Yeah, it's really lovely. I can feel it really deeply. So we want to download us with this sun energy, this optimism energy, this joyfulness and childlike wonder, this sunflower essence, right? So we can really stand tall in our truth and shine and blossom. And we want to change anything that we believe, think, or feel that is obligating us to stay stuck in the old, to stay, to kind of like misrepresent our experience is what I'm hearing. We want to change what obligates us to stay stuck in the past, stay stuck in the old, an old way of being, an old way of doing things, an old way of showing up in the world. And again, we just want to download us with those strong essences of the sun, of sunflowers. Beautiful. We want to change. What is that? Yeah, we want to do a soul retrieval for any old pieces of self in a past life or this lifetime that we need to have back. To really show up in ourself, to show up in wholeness or in our truth. We're going to bring in all those old pieces of self from this lifetime or a past lifetime that we need for wholeness. And then we're going to give back any pieces of anybody else's soul that needs to be returned to them so that they can be in their expression of self, in their fullness of self, right? We're going to change what prevents us from really showing up in that blossoming, abundant, juicy, pleasurable, receptive, like this beautiful fullness of life and fullness in our experience. We're going to get Creator's downloads and definitions of blossoming, abundant, showing up as self, authenticity, sovereignty, autonomy, like expansive energy. Like all of us, Creator is saying, have this divinity, this amazingness to show up in expansiveness of self. And I just want to remind you guys, whenever you're showing up is the perfect time. I am grateful that you're showing up. And again, like, this is a good reminder. I just got a beautiful comment that says, I'm late, but I'll watch again after. So, or listen after, right? Whenever you're showing up is the most perfect time for you, and you have access to the replays, and these juicy downloads and healings will be good for till the end of time. Whenever you show up is the perfect time, and you can still receive the work and the healings and the downloads after you, or when you're watching this replay. So it's the perfect time. Creator wants me to just share with you guys and remind you, because Creator's like, they know that. So let's see. If you would like those juicy downloads and healings, just say yes out loud and in the comments below. Thank y'all. Beautiful. Whoo, y'all. Like, Creator showed me this huge expansive energy. Wow, wow, wow. Holy cow. I'm so excited. Our you know, energies, our selves are just getting this upgrade, and I love that. Thank you, Creator. So we also want to do it's kind of like a software update for the system, right? The mind, body, spirit, and all the 10 bodies. Creator is going to do an upgrade to our system to download any necessary technology for us on an individual basis. So everybody's is going to be different, but it's going to just bring in massive upgrades to our system to do life in this new way. You know, we just brought in all these feelings of opulence and luxuriousness and joy and light body expansion and, you know, this Leo essence, this courage and energy. Creator's going to take all of that and then also do an individual update to our software, kind of as if we were a computer, that is going to just make our rebirth and our transformation so expansive, I'm hearing, guys. Creator wants to download that all of this takes place with love, unconditional love, support, compassion, sovereignty and liberation, autonomy, magnanitude, tenacity, diligence, persistence, resilience, courage and bravery, and this deep essence of like knowingness, like a divine spirit of self, really beautiful, expansiveness, and any other positive virtue that Creator deems appropriate for your highest and best good at this time. And then lastly, Creator wants to take us off of our current timeline and experience, because we did huge shifts, and Creator's saying like a new being, right? You're a more evolved version of yourself after this work. So Creator wants to put us on our new timeline in whatever way Creator deems appropriate for your individual highest and best good. So if you would like those amazing downloads and healings, please say yes out loud and then in the comments below, y'all. Thank you. Beautiful. So excited. I just got a comment that says, I'm feeling so plugged in, right? I agree. I resonate with that. I feel so grounded and powerful, y'all. Not in like an ego way, but in like a really empowered way. Thank you guys for showing up, for being you, for doing this work with me. I am so grateful for my sisterhood and my brotherhood and just the collective consciousness. By you guys showing up and being brave and receiving this work, it is literally rippling out into the collective. So literally all you're having to do is show up, accept these beautiful downloads and healings from Creator, and you're literally changing the world. So thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you for the amazing comments. Like, I'm seriously brought to tears by the love and the reciprocity, right? And the healing and just your presence in my life. You guys are amazing beings, and I see you and I love you, and I am so grateful for all of you. Whew. A little emotional today. Thank you so much. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye, y'all.